Hi, Phil Prime here, editor of Laboratory News. It's typical, isn't it? You wait years for a story about a polar research ship, then two come along at once. First there was Boaty McBoatface, that is of course to say the RSS Sir David Attenborough. Now it appears that the British Antarctic Survey is in the news again for nautically related reasons. They have chartered the RSS Ernest Shackleton, a research support ship, to a private cruise company. Crystal Cruises have paid the BAS so that the Shackleton can accompany their luxury liner, the Crystal Serenity, as she attempts to sail through the famous Northwest Passage in the Arctic. Now, according to the BAS, chartering the Shackleton is not in itself unusual. In fact, during the northern summer she is very often commercially chartered, usually working in the North Sea, which is one thing. The Northwest Passage is, of course, quite another. This is one of the most delicately balanced environments on the planet, one especially vulnerable to global warming and one which, when affected, can have global consequences. It is precisely for this reason that we should be proud that the BAS has committed to, and I'm quoting their own website now, environmental stewardship of the polar regions, which is what makes the irony of the whole thing so intense. What kind of stewardship is this precisely? The kind that apparently extends to guiding enormous cruise ships through an area so sensitive that less than a decade ago it couldn't even be navigated. The Northwest Passage only opened in 2007 due to, you've guessed already, melting ice, a situation that raised huge concerns about the speed of global warming. And it can't have escaped anyone's notice that a fair proportion of the clientele would be booking this cruise, forking out at least $20,000 for the privilege, with a see it before it's gone mindset. And I see why you'd want to. What a spectacular trip it promises to be. What's more, the cruise company have just managed to include a huge incentive for all those still to get out their wallets. De facto endorsement from the BAS. Several commentators have highlighted the significant tension between the science and environmental mission of the Shackleton and its participation in tourism like this. So what were the BAS thinking? Well, it's hard to know, and I've yet to get a response from them on this. If nothing else, they must get the sense that when their excellent complement of scientists next publish a report on the dangers of global warming to the polar regions, they will have to do so whilst their employers are complicit in one of the causes, however small, of those very dangers. Or am I reading too much into this? Possibly. But I think it is worth asking yourself the following. Should a publicly owned scientific asset be chartered to accompany a privately run cruise to an area of extreme environmental sensitivity? An area, let's not forget, ordinarily under the protection of that very same scientific asset. Thanks very much.